Right. So now let's talk a little bit about energy management. So now that we know a little bit more about what's happening in the energy market and how consumers are proactively looking at their energy, let's break them down into three need states. The first one being quick burst. So to get over a dip in energy, to get back on track, the need for quick energy. Now this could be, let's say, prior to a workout or a sporting event. Number two would be gap fills. So this could be a snack to keep you filled between lunch and dinner. We just talked a lot about snacking. So it's something to ease the bridge between the meals. And then sustained vitality, the energy that would be needed for a longer period of time to keep you on the top of your game. And if we're talking physically, it could be like a 100-mile bike ride. But when we look at the energy management need states in terms of product format, they each have a different outcome. And I love this slide. For example, quick burst is 80% driven by beverages. While gap fill is almost all in food, that's almost 90% food driven. Sustained vitality is evenly split between beverage and food. So when we're developing a product, it's really nice to have this information to create the right type of product and ingredients for those specific need states. Now, quick burst and sustained vitality are the most frequently sought off need states. So we're going to focus in on just those two need states. To reiterate what we just went over is that when we talk about quick bursts, we're looking at that energy both physically as well as mentally for a shorter period of time. Think the need to perform. And then when we look at sustained vitality, it's a longer duration or of energy needed. And again, both physically and mentally. And this is typically split between food and beverage choices. Now, to further focus in on the importance of these need states, we'll compare them to other consumption occasions where consumers are most likely to spend more money and put a premium on these needs. So, for example, if we look at pleasure, it would be like having a guilt-free treat or a snack while in a relaxing moment. And then goal support, which is around building your body or keeping your weight under control. And as you can see here, is that consumers are willing to spend top dollars on getting that quick burst of energy and sustaining their energy, and consider quick burst and sustained vitality a premium need. So this is an important category to have high quality ingredients. Now, in terms of taste and health trade-off, the consumers that look for a quick burst of energy favored heavily on taste, more so than the health benefit. So really focusing on flavor here. And for sustained vitality, it was health-led and less importance on taste. So they're really focusing on the quality and the benefits of those ingredients. Now, when we look at the consumers looking at in beverage and what those characteristics look like for both quick burst and sustained vitality need states, I'll start with quick burst first. So consumers want their beverages to be caffeinated, to be fizzy, to be carbonated and strong in flavor. Where sustained vitality, they want hydrating, refreshing, non-carbonated, and light in flavor. So there are some differences in those need states. Now, when we look at each category when it comes to snacking, you can see high protein shows up in both these categories. Now, this makes sense because protein does keep you satisfied for a longer period of time. But if we focus in on quick burst for a moment, it tends to lean higher as a snack that is crunchy and crispy in texture, while sustained vitality leans more towards a sweet tasting food. Also to note is that sustainability was really important with consumers in the sustained vitality category around packaging, ingredients, and sourcing here. Now we look at the product preferences of each category, and I'll start with quick burst first and the beverage side. So we already talked about energy drinks being the number one there, right? So we also look at pre-workout and functional iced coffee drinks. And then we look at food, the food portion of quick burst. We're thinking about better for you bakery or better for you confectionery. Now, on the sustained vitality side of things, and again, starting with beverage first, sports and electrolyte drinks stood out, and super juices, functional coffees, functional smoothies. And in terms of food, we're looking at low carb, high protein chips, crackers, pretzels, and chickpeas, lentil snacks, and of course, protein cereals, which have been growing as well. So the broad energy landscape is shifting tells us three things. Number one is that energy needs consumers have are far broader than before, during or after exercise, and are more relevant than just the active people. It's expanding beyond that segment. So this ever broadening landscape, we will say, will continue to expand. Number two, this is that consumers desire better for you energy. Now, our research has pointed to the consumer's desire for greater levels of naturalness, products that are positively nutritious, kinder to the environment, and deliver against holistic energy, both physically as well as mentally. And then thirdly, our assessment of the marketplace shows that energy offerings will shift to meet the additional need states, as we demonstrated here with to optimize their energy with both quick bursts as well as sustained vitality needs.